Hello dragons, back again. So, not far now, posture 9. So step 9 is a movement known as forward press. It's representative of the cardinal gate G. Now, G is a cramming, it's a coming together of energy, two pungs coming together as triangulation of force, if you like. When we say force, we're not talking about brute strength and ignorance. We're talking about a fundamental force, a force generated through things like Newtonian mechanics, through body movement, and also through the application of the jin, the particular jin. So what you're doing is you're triangulating two forces, or triangulating a point of force at an attacker. When we say press, the temptation is to press. I want to push out, okay? All I've got there is my shoulders. My shoulders, my elbows, my hands. If I'm not as big as they are, I will not move them. It's simple. all I'll do is I'll push myself away, and that won't be a good scenario. So I need to employ the mechanics of the body, the jin, in order to make it work. As with pung and nu, don't get confused that that's G. Okay, that is a representation of G, known as press, forward press. There are other versions. You can have a version of it here. All it means is that there is a triangulation of the energy, if you like. So it's a triangulation of energy, like water flowing down a funnel. I've heard it described as that. That's a good one. In fact, Anna Meisner, go and check him out. Discover Tai Chi. You'll find him on YouTube. You'll find him on the internet. He's got some really, really good videos out there where he actually shows the applications of Peng Lu Jian in pushing hands. And to be fair, he is very, 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 very good. That shows a dedication since he was quite young, right the way through to the age he is now. And he has put the work in to develop the jins to the point where it now looks magical, because he doesn't actually have to worry too much about making sure everything's perfect within his form, although he does that as well. He's actually got the internal movement of it, the mobilization of the chi, which looks magical and it's a bit weird and wonderful. Check him out. Don't take my word for it. Check him out, see what you think. Okay. He also has some very good descriptions of Peng Lu Jian as well, which is worth watching. So G is a triangulation of energy, triangulation of two forces coming together like water flowing down a funnel, and you're using that quite offensively. Actually, this is an aggressive side of things, but because it's aggressive, there is a temptation to make it aggressive. Okay, it's aggressive in that you create the scenario where two energies come together and they triangulate and hit to the center. You are not trying to force aggression. You're not being putting the force into it, because if you do that, all you're creating is a bastardization of Fa Li. I won't say it's actually Fa Li. It's yeah, because it's not truly. It's yeah. You get a lot of sort of Fa Li stuff where they're showing these kind of movements and all of that kind of stuff, which actually all that does is twang the muscles and twangs the tendons, and it's not actually creating the force that you're looking for, the energy that you're looking for within it. So one thing to avoid is, don't, just because it's pressed, don't go, oh, I'm going to push out. The actual gate itself can come up over. So again, we're using our dantian correctly. We're coming up, round, through, sitting into the hip and round, and we're creating that solidity, or that solidity is the wrong word. We're creating an instant of solidity, yeah, at the end point, if you like, there, which is enough to create that kind of, almost like hitting a brick wall, if you like. So the energies come together and create that kind of energy through here. There is another version of it where you're coming through and you're transmitting it on. So it can be used in a number of ways. So it can be force coming in at you, someone pushing in at you, and you kind of drop and create that. Again, don't go boom. You're not trying to do that, you're just dropping in and it becomes like a brick wall. Or there's the other one where you can catch them through, and at the right moment you just apply that little bit of pressure. It's that Tai Chi adage of 1 ounce can move the force of 1,000 pounds if you connect it correctly. So we've done our ward off, we've done our roll back. So we're in roll back, we're sitting down on this leg, and the leg movement, very simply, is with the roll back, you're kind of cogging into the hip and then sitting down here. So you have this kind of round circle coming in here. And then what we're going to do is reverse it. So we're coming up off the floor, off the hip, round through and out. So it comes round through and out. Ward off, when we did the ward off, we came round and up. This one we're coming through and round. So it does actually come round here. But you want to be careful not to go and throw yourself off balance. So from here, it's coming round and out there. And what we're doing with the hands is we're doing a ward off again with the right hand. So it's coming through there. So it's like our ward off. But the left hand is pressing on the back of the wrist, back of the right wrist with the left palm. So you roll back, make sure you're in a proper roll back, you have your circle, left palm up, right palm facing the floor, and then as you come forward, you're coming up over the dantien into the right leg, and then just pressing on the back of the right wrist with the left palm. Press. Okay, so we've got our toe kick, coming up, toe kick, stepping down, holding ball, sitting into the left hip as we turn, down, roll, square. So again, you're coming round and up, through, and don't just go with the hip, it's up, so the body expands and opens out. The left hand circles up, turning the palms as we sink into the right hip slightly, then sitting down, continue the circle round into the left foot as the hands come down. Left palm up, right palm facing the floor, both middle fingers pointing towards one another, forming a circle over your left knee. And then you continue the circle round, coming up over the hip, dropping into the right leg as the right hand comes up, press on the back of the right wrist with the left palm, forward press. So you've got loads of circles going on. We've got palm, Lu, we have Ji, there. Okay, palm, let's do the new yang style, circling up, and see how the hips are doing it. It's there, round, through, up, press, palm, ward off, roll back, press. Again, hips. So first of all, you've stepped, rolled, coming up, through, and then you're overcocking, sitting down, round, over, and down. Okay, so you're getting this kind of circling motion through the body. And again, be aware that the circling motions that we're talking about here, they happen naturally. You're not actually coming through and making really big circles like that. Although you can do, it works. You are training your body to do those kind of movements, but make them more internal, so it's smaller. Yeah, that way you refine it over time. Now that supposedly is a concept for people who've been doing this for a lot longer. If you're an absolute beginner, then don't worry too much about that at the moment. All you really need to worry about is getting this movement through and getting the position of the postures as you do stuff, as opposed to trying to refine it. The refinement comes through continual practice over time. I did speak a couple of videos back about different training methods within the form, and how if you do it really, really slow, you're working on the mechanics, and you're working on correcting the errors within your structure and the way you stand, because you can't fudge it. There is nowhere to hide when you're doing it slowly, but you also need to practice the fluidity of the movements faster and at an intermediate speed, so that you can start to develop the ability to release while moving. Yeah. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go toe kick, stepping down, holding ball, turn the waist, step out, toe down, roll, ward off. Circling up the left hand, turn the palms, weight back and roll back, and then come forward, forward press, and just as another little side point, and not to do your head in, pick one and use it. You don't have to come back and then come up over in order to do press. You can actually come back and then come under and do more of a lifting press depending on the application that you're using. For now, just focus on coming through, around and down. Okay, and play with it that way. Hey, more practice, have fun. See you in the next one.